Hi everybody, this is Joel Kennedy with Kennedy Violins. So today's another play-along video, and we are going over Allegretto from Suzuki Book 1. So remember, every week we cover a new piece that is dictated by the dartboard of destiny over there. So at the end of this video, I'm going to throw a dartboard, and it is going to determine what our song for next week is. Okay, so let's get to it. Okay, so first of all, I'm just going to play through it because it's pretty short. And then I'm going to slow it down a little bit and then play through it with the metronome so you guys can hear what it sounds like with the beat. Okay, and that's that. Okay, so now let's play through it with the metronome, and you might want to notice a couple things. So one thing is that I'm playing the notes very short because the notes have dots on them, they're staccato. You'll also notice that I'm accenting certain notes, so I'm giving them a little bit more emphasis. Also, we're in a key of D major, right? Two sharps, but more importantly, perhaps we're in cut time. So usually when you see that C in the staff, that means 4/4, common time. But there's a line through it, so that means cut time. So that means if there's two beats in a measure, the half note gets the beat. So every time you hear this metronome beating, that's a half note. Okay? So I put the metronome on 45, and I'm going to play through it. Okay, that's that. Okay, so this song is really short. It's pretty simple, right? But remember, in the Suzuki series, they're always trying to teach you a lot of very basic technical things in every song to try to move you along. That's one of the reasons why I like the Suzuki series so much. In fact, I've done other videos on why I like the Suzuki series so much. So what is this song, Allegretto, trying to teach you? Well, first of all, they're trying to teach you what cut time is, okay? So that means that you're going to, instead of thinking about, every time there's a beat that's a quarter note, now every time there's a beat, it's a half note. Okay, so that's just an important thing to learn, and it kind of changes the way you think. Okay, so the other thing is they're showing you staccato, right? So staccato means that you're playing the bow strokes really short. So that means that they're teaching you to stop your bow. If I didn't play staccato, I'd play legato, right? But I'm stopping my bow. Okay, they're also introducing to you accents. So that's going to teach you bow control. So, for example, when I start from the beginning, I have an accent on that second finger, right? So you'll want to, the easiest way to achieve that accent is to emphasize the note a little bit with your index finger. So you're going to feel that da, da, da. You're going to feel that push. So you're pushing a little bit. You're giving that note a little bit of pressure with your index finger. So you should pay particular attention to this while you're practicing it because it's a fantastic skill that you need to have. Okay? So anyhow, so starting from the beginning, we have the staccato. And remember, it's really important to stop your bow. Not, you have to stop your bow. Accent, accent, accent. Good. Another thing that they're trying to teach you is sometimes when you play, like let's say for example, you play an A natural. So in the second measure, you notice the third note is an A. Well, they have it marked with a fourth finger. But wait a second, in the third full bar, they have an A natural, but it's marked with an open. So they're teaching you that you can play that A with a fourth finger or an open. So they're teaching you the feeling of that fourth finger, but they're also training your ear to make sure that you match that fourth finger to that open string. Now, a lot of beginners, and if you're playing this piece, you probably are kind of a beginner, a lot of beginners have a tendency to not play their fourth finger high enough. So here's where your fourth finger goes. A lot of times they'll kind of put it here. So you want to make sure that fourth finger is high enough so it matches that A. Right? Make it match. So when you're playing, make sure when you get to that open A, it kind of matches that fourth finger that you just played. So here it is again. Okay, so those are the four primary things that they're trying to teach you in Allegretto. Okay, so a couple more things that I want to point out. If you want to get as much out of this piece as possible, because it's really simple. It's just, open 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, whatever. I mean, it's not that hard. Even if you're just beginning violin, you'll probably pick it up pretty quickly. But if you got to really pay attention to things like the staccato, like the accents, how you use your bow. But here's some other things that you want to remember. You should probably play this whole thing in the middle of the bow, right? Using up maybe this part of the bow. And you want to stay there. So it's teaching you bow control. So some notes are longer than others, but you always want to use the same amount of bow for your notes. The quarter notes should have the same length. The eighth notes should have the same length. The half note should have the same length. And you should stay within this part of the bow. That's going to teach you bow control. That's very important. So here I am in the middle. Now, what could happen is you might do this. You could end up at the tip, okay? That's not good bow control. You want to stay in the same part. Uh-oh. Right? That could happen too. You could find yourself working your way towards the frog. You don't want to do that. So you want to stay in the middle using the same amount of bow. Pick up your bow a little bit because there's a comma. Rest. And it's important, go back to that part in the bow. And then when you have this part, don't pick up your first finger. Place your first finger on that D string so you can easily just kind of roll it over and play the G string. So you don't want to do this. That's very inefficient and inaccurate. Roll it over, roll it back. Okay? So that's about it for this song, right? So it's a very short, very simple song, but there's a lot of things that you can learn in this that'll really take your playing, believe it or not, to the next level. Just pay attention to those details and it'll take you far. Okay, so it's time for the dartboard of destiny. We're gonna find out what the song is for next week. I have my weapon in hand. Now we will attempt to not impale any small marsupials. Is that it? I don't know, I haven't watched the Nature Channel in a while. Okay, here we go. Okay, we have Suzuki Book 2, Hunter's Chorus. That's actually a pretty cool little song. So, Suzuki Book 2, Hunter's Chorus, that's what we're doing next week. So guys, don't forget to like and subscribe just right below there. Let me know that you appreciate the content. And of course, comment on the video. I answer most of the comments and you guys give me good ideas for the videos I'm going to do. So I appreciate that. So with that, I bid you guys adieu and I hope you have a great day.